We are discussing pipes. What are pipes? The pipe concept is a Unix concept. It has come from Unix. If we are doing some Windows programming, say Visual Studio, we have create pipe functions, etc. So conceptually, pipe is like a pipe, actual pipe. So here is a pipe, the water or the gas is flowing. Here is one process, here is another process. P1 is here, P1 is P2 is here. Now they want to talk. That is called as inter-process communication. These processes want to talk. That is, P1 want to send, P2 want to receive, or P1 want to read or write, P2 wants to read or write. So P1 is writing. The same content is reading it. Now the thing is, this is just a one-way communication. If water is flowing one side, the other side cannot have water coming in, right? Okay. The important thing here is the pipe which we are discussing is just a file. Because whenever we talk about a read and write, it's a file concept. Okay. So we have to read or write where? We have to open a file. So whenever we create a pipe, what happens in the background? In the main memory, which is our RAM, we call it, in the main memory, we have, or there is a place where a virtual file, that is for that particular instance, some file related to this pipe is opened. In the area of a main memory, this virtual file is created when the pipe is open. Now the process P1 is going to write, P2 is going to read from the same file, right? Now, if a process P1 is there, if you see, process can be created or you can say replicated by fork in Unix. So we have a child process, they are reading, writing, so they are dealing with a virtual file in between. There is one more case. P1 is not writing anything or is not written, but P2 is trying to read. P1 has not written anything, but P2 want to read. What will happen then? In this case, the process P2 will be suspended until P1 is writing something or has written something. I'll show you a program here. Whenever your program is running, this will become a process. So a program under execution is a process. Program and process are same, but the program, when it goes to the processor, it becomes process. Okay. Now it is possible that there is no place. That is, for a process, we know that there are certain things which process has. It has stack, it has its own program counter. It has other things also along with this, memory. So here, whenever the file are open, there is a file table being created. Because there is a table which has all the file content or information. So whenever these pipes are created, this file table, if it is filled, the virtual file cannot be created. So it is necessary to understand that this file, if need to be opened, which is a virtual file, which is a pipe, there will be a problem. And only when the space is available or the file table can accommodate it, there will be descriptors. That is descriptor 1, descriptor 2, these are the descriptors. Basically, they are handles, file handles. So I'll just take a program. Before that, this is a simple syntax in C language. If you don't know C language, then also it's not a problem. The pipe creation is creation of that pipe or that you can say imaginary pipe. There will be two functions, read and write. So read and write, for that you have to make some descriptors. So this FDS, this name you can change anytime. This FDS is file descriptors, and this is of integer type because this is the parameter you are passing. and it's an array, and this array has two variables. That is, two variables. First will be this integer. This is the first. This FDS is an array. This is FD0. This one is FD1. Now this FD0, FD1 is what? It is fixed. The return type of pipe function is int. So this FD0, FDS or FD, just file descriptor I was telling you about. This FD0 is for read. This will be the file descriptor for the read end of the pipe, wherever it is being read. And FD1 is the file descriptor, FD, for the write end of the pipe. Write end of the pipe. So this is the return type integer. If you get 0, pipe has been created. That is, a virtual file has been created. The table has been populated. But if it is giving -1, that is, there is some problem. There is some problem. So it works on first in, first out. First in, first out. That is a queue. So here is the program. The concept of the program is that we have certain messages. 1, 2, 3 like this. So don't worry about the program. Just understand the concept. So here, first of all, we have created a pipe. This int P2, as I told you, FDS. This is P2. FDS also you can write. And then it is less than 0 if you check. You can come outside because -1 will be a problem. So now you have created a pipe. Now you are writing it here in this pipe. So I told you that P1 is for write, P0 will be for reading. So FDS also, same analogy. So first will be written hello world 1, 2, 3, this all will be written. Now this will follow FIFO and Q. So when the reading will be done, as I said, first in, first out, or Q, that is, first it is arranged in Q form, but it will behave like a FIFO. Pipes behave like a FIFO. So whatever in Q, what happens? If in Q, whatever is coming will go last. So first read 3 will be run, then reading of 2 and reading 1 will be run. And whatever comes inside will be kept after 3. So this pipe behaves like FIFO, and it behaves like a queue data structure, right? And the size of reading and writing, that also may be different. That is, we can write 512 bytes at a time. Writing I am talking about. But if you want to read from the pipe, you can read one byte at a time. 1 byte at a time. Okay?